Hi, everybody. Welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Brendan, and I'm pondering producing a perfectly pleasant podcast. Get it?
Got it.
Good.
Oh. I'm Pippin, and the pellet with the poison is in the vessel with the pestle.
The vessel with the pestle?
The vessel with the pestle.
The Wiesel with a Piesel?
The vessel with the pestle. And the chalice from the palace has the brew that is true.
Has the true that is brew.
No, the brew that is true.
But what about the vessel with the pestle?
Has the pellet with the poison.
The chisel with the Wiesel. I'll sort this out. You guys go on.
We haven't even gotten to the flagon with the dragon in yet.
They broke the chalice with the palace.
They broke the chalice from the palace, yeah. So we have the flagon with the dragon, which now has the pellet with the poison.
Alex.
Oh, sorry.
Here's the thing, it's a bit that can keep going.
Yeah.
It really can.
It's a who's on first situation.
Yeah. I'm Alex, and there's only one of me. Well, suddenly there's two of me. And two is what you see. Gave me gadzooks. There's three of me.
And then the rest of us don't have to show up to the podcast.
Hey. All right, we're taking the night off. Bye.
Bye. Woo. And I'm Kat, and a jester unemployed is nobody's fool.
Boo! Boo! You're kicked out of the podcast. Turn in your mic and go home.
Yeah, we're just hiring Alex's clones now. Based on what we were just doing there, today we're talking about the 1955 movie, The Court Jester. So, spoilers abound.
It'd be pretty funny if we were, like, doing a completely different movie and we just fucking did that.
Yep. Today we're actually talking about The Bonfire of the Vanities. Weird intro, guys.
It's strange how we all matched.
Yeah, weird.
Well, that's groupthink for you. It's a phenomena.
I mean, we are related.
It's true.
That's true. Well, on paper, I have my doubts.
Ooh.
Alright, anyone who sees us all together.
It's true.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to hide. Anyway, if you want specific content warnings about the things we may talk about, check out the show notes on nostoryyssacred.com. For those of you who have not seen The Court Jester, the summary, according to Google, is former carnival performer Hubert Hawkins and Maid Jean are assigned to protect Maid Jean?
Yeah.
I thought she was a captain.
She is a fucking
captain.
She's a captain.
Well, anyway, they're assigned to protect the infant royal heir from the tyrannical King Roderick I. While Jean takes the baby to an abbey, Hawkins gains access to the court by impersonating the king's jester, unaware that the jester is really an assassin hired by the scheming Sir Ravenhurst.
Basil Rathbone!
Yeah. He did a good job. Anyway, when Princess Gwendolyn, played by Angela Lansbury, falls for Hawkins, a witch secretly aids him into becoming a knight. Except, we'll talk about it.
That's not what happens.
Not really. Google, come on.
Come
Step
on,
up
Google.
your game here.
Come on.
It's like, I think somebody watched it 2 times speed and was like, oh yeah, she helped him. Cool, done.
Yeah. That's what happened.
So, whoever wrote the little cheat sheet here, the next line that just summed up everything for the backstory is like, what's going on in the background is a Robin Hood story, except we're not following Robin Hood.
It's a Lower Deck story.
Yep,
It's
like
the shit
Robin Hood. Yeah.
It's the shit the heroes aren't doing.
Except in this case, this ends up being the more interesting tale for a comedy. Mm-hmm. And they restore peace to the land. Hey, come on. So we have the Robin Hood analog, the Black Fox, right?
The fox, there's only one of me till suddenly there's 2 of me, when 2 is what you see of me.
Gadzooks. There's 3 of me.
Except that was not the Black Fox singing that. That was Hawkins.
It was Hawkins pretending to be the Black Fox, thus establishing early in the story that these are shenanigans he's used to doing.
Yep. Impersonating others is
impersonating more impressive people than himself.
Yes. Good job, Hawkins. He and his circus buddies, or carnival buddies rather, can do really good choreographed routines. Like, clearly Hubert Hawkins, the main character, played by Danny Kaye.
Danny Kaye. In tights?
Oh yeah, a lot of men in tight action here.
Oh yeah, listen, this is like a bisexual nightmare. Danny Kaye. Whoever the fuck
name of
played
my band?
Yes. Whoever played Maid Jean, aka
Captain
the
Jean.
better name, Captain. The part where
Captain.
the part where Danny Kaye keeps calling her Captain.
Hey.
Hot young Angela Lansbury.
Hey.
Just hot Basil Rathbone.
Yep.
Basically a who's who of, her hot.
I want to point out that one of the lines in the opening song,
Life cannot better be.
life cannot better be. One of the lines was songs could not gayer be, and my immediate thought was, try me.
Also, I watched this movie as a kid, and
Same.
yeah, but I don't know if you had this, but I definitely had the baby queer experience of, do I want to be them or be with them to multiple people in this film?
I cannot say that I had that.
Brandon
I just
wasn't-
had the memory recollection of, having not watched this movie in several years, several years being like 20. As soon as the opening number comes up and I'm like, so that's where that occasional song that's in my head comes up,
Weird.
yeah, no, the life
Cannot better be.
But like, just like for whistling a random tune, sometimes, yeah, it's that little lyric or that little, riff.
Yeah.
For me, the only thing I could remember from this movie that I was able to watch it and go like, oh, was the knighting, the knighthood ceremony thing.
Oh, with the marching.
With the long marching going back and forth. That was what was like, oh, everything else in the movie, meaningless to me before now. Nothing.
Okay, so what is your opinion of Captain?
Captain can get it.
Captain can get it. Also, wait, we should get to the plot, because I have some questions.
Oh,
Yes.
shit,
Yeah.
We can't
We'll
just-
get back to
we
the
can't just,
casting.
like, drool on audio.
I mean, we could, but I mean, that wouldn't really be necessarily compelling audio.
I mean, I guess.
Audio.
The audience can't hear me suggestively waggle my eyebrows.
I mean,
That's because you're
they
not
can.
trying hard enough.
I mean, I'm pretty certain that some of our audience are going, no, actually, we'd be here for that.
Gentle listener, just imagine me suggestively waggling my eyebrow at every possible moment.
But, like, somehow saying, hey, just constantly.
Yes. In my heart.
So just so you know, whenever Kat goes, hey, that means a attractive person has appeared on the screen and is being competent.
Hey.
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 God damn.
We start off with kind of a Robin Hood analog. We have a usurper king. We have a kingdom, not king. We have a bandit, a noble bandit.
The Black Fox who wears an awful lot of green.
A
Yes.
shocking amount of green with a hood and an arrow.
Weird, but the Black Fox has the royal infant.
Dun dun dun.
With a royal birthmark.
Yes, on the baby's bum.
I read a description that somebody did. It was a purple poinsettia on the posterior or something like that.
I thought it was a purple...
Purple pimpernel.
Pimpernel.
Yeah.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
a purple pimpernel on the posterior.
Yes.
God damn it.
And so he has the royal infant. The usurper king knows that he has the infant. There was some rumor at the beginning, but now it's true. And so they need to hide the infant, but then Captain and Hawkins are sent to hide the infant, but then they have the brilliant idea well, what if we just get the baby in the castle?
And show everybody.
and take over. And this is not because the sooner they get the baby on the throne, which historically is always a good idea, the sooner they can go make out.
I gotta hand it to Hawkins, Danny Kaye's character again here. He goes on one business trip with Captain, and of course the cabin that they're in has only one bed.
There was only one bed!
And they're right away going into make-out town, but then duty gets in the way.
Also,
Dignity.
an Italian jester.
Shows up.
Giacomo.
Yep, Giacomo. The king of jesters.
And
the
Jester
Jester of
to the
Kings.
kings. And they're like, Giacomo's like, you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be going to the castle. Funny that. And they're like, really?
You don't say.
Has anyone ever seen... Would anyone recognize your face?
Well,
No,
I am very famous in Italy, but nobody here whatsoever.
Interesting. You're sure about that. Again, asking for no reason.
Of course. Saya, do you want to go over by this fire pit and have your back to us?
I don't see, no, I'm not.
I do like fire.
I can see no way this could go wrong.
Just over by that large pile of cudgels.
Oh, yes. I'll stand by the cudgels. I do love cudgels in fall.
Whap!
Okay,
I
now
fall.
it was Captain who whacked him, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I found that so hot when I was a kid, and I did not understand it. Like, I did not understand what this feeling in my heart was, but I'm like, oh my god, that girl just whacked him one. There was a dude on screen, and the girl went to go do it. That is the hottest goddamn shit I've ever seen in my life, and I was like 5, so I hadn't seen a lot, nor did I know the words, but I felt it. I felt it in my soul.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, so then Hawkins takes the Jester's clothes. They happen to wear the same size. How convenient is that? And he is gonna... No, she's still taking the baby to the Abbey.
Yes.
And he's gonna go just get information or something. I forget.
He needs to get the key to the keep so that they can sneak in.
Right. And then they could do something with the baby. I don't know. The point is she never gets to the Abbey.
No, she gets rounded up amongst various other, was it maidens?
Wenches.
By the king, thus proving he is, of course, a no good one.
No good
And then
at
she
all.
proceeds to, like, how many attractive outfits can one woman wear in a movie? So many.
All of them.
Ah.
And be and still look deadly in each of them.
Yes.
Hey.
Meanwhile, Hubert, as Giacomo, successfully infiltrates the castle, but this is when we learn that Giacomo, the jester, was not just a jester, but was also one of the most famous assassins in the world.
Basically, our characters think that they have lucked into something and instead end up in a viper's nest of problems. It's like if suddenly, like, Fortinbras's bringing in Hamlet, it's not a podcast without Hamlet. It's like if Fortinbras's people decided to send in some, like, you know, some spies into the castle and then suddenly ended up in Hamlet and they're like, what the shit is going on here? Oh my god.
Okay, we've got the poison. And where should we apply it? Yeah, the swords are already poisoned. What?
Everything's poisoned.
Everything is, just everything. It's dripping from the walls.
And I think I'm poisoned. You've been poisoned? No, I haven't been poisoned.
No, then you're venomous. Anyway.
Yeah. So he gets in contact with Sir Ravenhurst and gets assassination, and gets told to meet them later in secret. Meanwhile,
Lord Ravenhurst has hired him to kill the king.
Yeah. Well, also missing the secret call from the guy on the inside.
Yep.
Because of course there was already a guy on the inside. The fox is no fool.
Of course. Miscommunication happens. I don't think Hubert ever gets in touch with that guy.
I don't think so. Captain does, because Captain is fucking competent.
Yes.
I love her.
And on top of all this, the evil king, who has a name, we've said it.
King Roderick.
King Roderick has a daughter named Gwendolyn.
Who is played by the absolutely scrumptious-looking Angela Lansbury.
Who also has a nurse, I guess, who's a witch. It happens.
Yep.
And the king has told Gwendolyn she's gonna marry this other dude for political reasons. Some knight. And, she...
For Griswold, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe you. I don't know. I don't do names. And she doesn't want to because who would? And she was all like, nurse, you told me I would marry my true love, and yet here he's coming, I'm gonna marry him. What's the deal? I'm going to kill you and heal myself. And the witch is like, what? No. Actually, your true love rides in today. It's that dude down there, pointing at Hawkins as Giacomo.
Hawkins, who just came here.
who literally just got there.
And is singing a song and doing a, good job doing it, so.
Who's just waiting for fucking orders from his captain the way he should be.
Yep.
And Gwendolyn is all like, yeah, okay.
Yes, he looks nice. Cool.
He's dashing and gorgeous and dashing and also very charming and can sing. And did we mention dashing and heroic, which is none of the things Hawkins is supposed to actually be in real life? So,
nope.
So the nurse is like, don't worry, there's a reason. Well, to herself. She's like, I'm a witch. I can fix this.
And then she casts a spell on him.
Hypnotizes him.
Whatever.
And yeah.
And then he's charming and dashing and can swing from vines and
wears very tight tights.
Hey.
And there's a fun little gag where he's instructed to snap out of it with a literal snap. So like whenever a character snaps, he kind of reverts back to his other persona.
With no memory of what's gone on.
Yes.
Yeah, no memory is part of it.
It's hilarious.
Very important part. And so he literally swings on over to the princess's quarters, seduces her, which is all fine and good because that actually is a key complication later. And after having her basically fall in love with him.
I mean, she was looking to be seduced. That's not,
That is true. She was on board.
She was totally into this.
He swings on over to the assassination plot. And, that's where we get the plot to assassinate the king?
Yeah. Plan A and Plan B, neither of which I remember.
Well, that's good because Hubert didn't either. But then, over the course of time, he gets unhypnotized, so now he's just good old Hubert who has no idea what the hell's going on.
People keep saying things to him, like Plan A is a go, or wear my handkerchief by your heart. He's like, why?
Everybody's so nice at this castle.
I mean, meanwhile, poor Captain's in the background being like, I have to be stuck in this fucking wench's room. Shit's going on. Oh my god.
At one point, Hawkins is handed the royal baby. He's like, fucking what?
Yeah, the baby, by the way, has, instead of being in some other location, has ended up in the castle in a basket.
The worst place to be.
Yeah. And, the captain's hiding it, the random dude on the inside's hiding it, sometimes Hawkins is given the baby, he's like, why? And
it gets to the point where a number of assassinations accidentally take place, which is hilarious. And I believe Sir Griswold comes, and it's at this point where the bad guys realize that Giacomo is not Giacomo, but also the princess has fallen in love with him. Oh no, she's not going to marry Griswold.
Here's the thing. They think, they're like, he's not Giacomo. We know who he really is. You guys know who he is? He's definitely the Black Fox.
Oh, definitely.
And Hawkins is like, oh god. How?
But then they come up to this kind of conundrum where they have to get rid of him, but the only person who really had a good cover for killing him was Sir Griswold, who just showed up and was pissed about how Gwendolyn has fallen in love with the Court Jester. And so they get this idea.
They do this whole comedy routine where they turn him into a knight.
Yes, in a day.
Yeah, in a day. The second they turn him into a knight, he gets challenged to a duel. There's a very amusing segment involving magnetism that doesn't work that way, but who cares? It's hilarious.
And of course, the section that Pippin was referencing during her opener with the pellet with the poison, because at this point the witch has been reminded that if Gwendolyn doesn't get to marry the jester,
she dies.
She dies.
I feel bad for this witch. She's just trying to stay alive, and she's like, I'm stuck with all these fucking people. Don't know how to be charming. Don't know how to sword fight. This, brat is.
Yep.
I feel bad for her.
And really, through just blind luck, Hawkins wins the duel, but lets Griswold go.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is still noble at heart.
Well, he's a knight.
And hey, he's a knight now. Come on.
He's a knight. You gotta be like a knight, man.
And actually, one thing I did notice is after this point, they did kind of dress Danny Kaye in like more noble-ish attire.
Mm-hmm. But still like, tight.
Well, yes, but like he wasn't dressed like as like the member of the bandits or a peasant or anything like that. He was just like, he's wearing like a white V-neck shirt.
Noble casual.
Yeah, as befitting his noble personality. I don't know.
Look, it had a deep V and you could see his chest. That's all I'm saying.
It was a good time.
It was a great time.
It's at this point where things are about to go bad because the king has just decided, you know what? We're just going to straight up execute you. We know you're actually the Black Fox. Ha ha.
And I was like, what?
However, at this point, the Black Fox had finally sent assistance because during the lightning storm that Kat had mentioned that made magnetism happen, but not that way, it had also blocked all roads that the Black Fox and his merry men could take, except for things that were like the size of
carnival workers, let's say.
Yes. Because as you know, Hubert used to work at the carnival.
It's established in the first song.
It was.
His coworkers, a troop of little people. They were all together in at the carnival, not the carnival, at the circus or whatever.
Carnival, yeah.
So they're all buds, and they've all worked together really tightly. And we see that actually in the spontaneous musical number from the beginning. So it actually makes sense, and I fucking love that. But yeah, they are the only people who can fit through the
rock slide.
Yeah. And they're like, fuck yeah, we'll go in and save our buddy. So they go in. And so basically the troupe of comedy relief ends up being the heroes who save the day.
Yep. And basically kick everyone's asses.
It's true.
They know how to tumble.
They do. And they know how to bring the pain.
They also know how to put Basil Rathbone onto a trebuchet. And you know what? That's beautiful.
Although we do get a fun reprise of the hypnotism gag where the witch, who has been told yet again that if Hawkins dies, she dies, hypnotizes Hawkins to be a master swordsman. And so he is.
And it's hot.
And mid-fight, he goes, ha ha!
Oh!
I can defeat you like that, and like, oh no. Because he's still...
Ken, why am I here?
Because he's still Hawkins.
Yep. And hypnotism, I guess, works like that.
Totes.
So yeah, we get all the bad guys defeated, and Griswold appears, and they show Griswold the royal baby. And, you know, that ends that beef there.
Well, excuse me, not the royal baby. The royal baby's bum.
The royal baby's bum. And then they show it to the king, too, who has to acknowledge what he just saw. Or the usurper king.
Well, because it's in front of everybody. It's like, shit.
Yep. Well, my murdering of all the royal family ends here. Shoot.
Well, one gets the idea that he has told everybody that everybody's dead. Like, the royal family's dead. And so once Griswold sees the baby, he's like, oh shit, not everybody's dead. I will now follow this baby. Whereas, and that's part of why the king wanted his daughter, what's her head, to marry...
Gwendolyn.
Yeah, Gwendolyn. Yeah. To marry Griswold, because he is a very strong political ally.
Yes.
And that would have, even if the baby popped back up again, it would have cemented some stuff. Too late now, fuckers!
And yeah, that was, that's the movie there.
It's so great, you guys.
It is a classic comedy, or a classic musical comedy.
It's got fantastic, what's it called? Body acting? What's it called?
Choreography?
No, that thing that, comedians do. Or comic actors. Comic actors, where you just,
Stage work?
Sure, okay.
But yeah, I was surprised with how well it's aged. Cause, comparison's sake, to say something that came out 10 years later, that we already did for the podcast, the producers, this didn't have those kind of cringy moments.
This was but this movie was actually a commercial flop. It cost like $4 million to create, which was
Holy shit, really?
was the most expensive comedy that had been done up to that point. If I read Wikipedia correctly.
The bastion of reliability.
And it only made 2.2 in theaters.
Ooh, shit.
It dove hard. But it has since become an acknowledged classic. I think got entered into like the archives for like important fucking movies in the Library of Congress or something. That's the technical term.
Yes, it is.
Yep. I think I've been to that section before.
Important fucking movies that Debbie Does Dallas. The Court Jester. Obviously, all the classics.
Well, it's next to the, look at this fucking movie section.
I think part of the reason why it dove is because of the fact that it was taking a poke at a popular genre.
Yep.
Frankly, it had a lot of roles that weren't being made fun of in an obvious way. There were little people in there, and they weren't necessarily the butt of the joke for being little people.
No, they weren't. They helped save the frickin' day. They had,
I think that possibly some voice stuff was done to them, which is really unfortunate. But
yeah.
But then we have Captain. Captain's a fucking hero in this. She's the boss. She's the boss of Hawkins, certainly.
Hawkins likes it.
Yeah, he does.
She pulls the lever on the trebuchet.
Mm-hmm. I honestly thought she killed Yakumo. Like, when I was a kid, I'm like, she straight up murdered him and I love her.
I mean, we never see Giacomo again, right?
We do not.
I think they mentioned that they're like taking him to the Abbey as well and just tying him up.
Point is, she totally coshed him one. And I'm into girls who can kosh people. A strange kink, but it's mine.
Oshkosh bagosh.
Hashtag kosh.
Hashtag kosh. But, between those two things, we have... Yes.
Oshkosh by gosh.
Wow.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
Oh no.
That's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So yeah, I think that there's some stuff in there that maybe was not obvious for how it was cool back in the day, but as time went on and as mores changed and also as people realized, oh shit, this actually was pretty fucking funny.
Yep.
It became a classic.
It's like, you fools, you didn't know what you had.
Until it's gone.
Oh.
But yeah, the music is fun. I didn't feel like it was so out of touch like some older, especially comedies can be.
That's a trouble spot.
Yeah.
Comedy in general.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Insert here discussions currently ongoing.
Oh,
yeah.
got that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Oof.
The Joker's a great movie.
Ha cha 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 cha.
And no women are funny.
Oh.
For the record, just so everybody knows, being quote-unquote woke does not ruin comedy. It just means we don't find you funny anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
We laugh at a lot of ridiculous stuff. You could look me in the eye and say, potato, and I'll fucking laugh.
There's literally a 2-minute clip of Tig Notaro pushing a stool across a stage, and it's hilarious. Particularly when she ends it with, and you can get my recording of stool movement on my next CD.
It's just, I don't want to be the butt of the joke anymore, and I am not going to laugh when you make fun of me. Mm-hmm. Basically, is what that is.
Mm-hmm. And there's also a whole discussion about punching up versus punching down, which, thankfully, the Court Jester here does not, do that kind of stuff.
No, actually, it's very funny without really, also, it's also not particularly rapey, which is, I find astonishing for this day and age, even that day and age, all the days and ages. It's just good, man.
I mean, I believe Hawkins did ask, Captain, hey, are you down for this? To which she said, when the baby's on the throne, and that's how this all happened.
And I mean, and she had to basically tell him, hey, put your arm up, dingus.
Yeah, he was so respectful of her, and that's so attractive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. And he's all like, but you're my captain? And she's like, yeah.
Not to throw water. There was the king trying to get at the captain to service him, but he avoided that by suggesting she had as the plague.
I will say though, he is a bad guy.
Yeah.
So we see a bad guy in the place of doing something that's fucking skeevy.
Yeah.
And that, it's not unequivocal, he's definitely the bad guy. And she, like a fucking hero, gets out of it. Not that she has to, she shouldn't be in that position in the first place, but she is confronted with a villain. It's a straight up villain. We are not at all supposed to be like, oh yeah, no, she should totally, yeah, it's fine though.
Although now that I think about it, there was one kind of questionable thing that the witch commanded Hawkins to do. It's like,
yeah.
Go and make love.
That's true. Hawkins had his consent violated.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was not fully informed, meaningful consent. He was in an altered state of consciousness.
I mean, but to be fair, Gwendolyn did not know that. So this is really on
That's true.
the witch. And she is technically a witch.
But she was also being threatened with her life. So
That's
So,
true.
oh my god, so many complications.
Yeah.
complex.
The deep, deep world of 1955's comedies. Wait, does this mean that, like, there was a non-zero chance that Marty McFly could have gone to watch The Court Jester in theaters?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, so lucky. But then what if you were in the, with the audiences who are like, this is so stupid.
And like, you don't like it now, but your kids will love it.
I love it. Oh, that's awesome. Good job.
You're welcome.
Way to go, Al. Way to go.
I probably misquoted it, but hey.
It's
Also,
fine.
before I forget, this movie was technically set in England. Like they said England, and I was like, wait a second, I thought this was generic Fantasyland.
And England and not probably 50 miles off of Los Angeles.
No, it couldn't be.
What else? What else about The Court Jester before we move on to story changes? Because I got some story changes in mind.
I just want to point out that my favorite bit of dialogue towards the beginning, when two of the bad people were fighting, one of them said something insulting, and they got into a fight with swords, and one was like, "You'll die for this," and the other was like, "One of us will." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck." Yeah.
Wait, there's a lot of good wordplay happening in this
so
movie.
much. Also, in the song Willow Willow Waly, when he's being asked, he's having his first performance in front of the king, and without preparation, he gets shoved in front of the king after he has just been handed the basket with the baby in it. And so everyone's like, "Oh, hey, what's in the basket?" He's like, and he improvs, because he's a genius here. He improvs a song about, with the Willow Willow Waly. I was telling about and the thing is, every word that he sings could rhyme with baby, and he doesn't. Because he can't let anybody know that there's a baby in the basket. With a Willow Willow Waly and a nunny nunny. And then he gives a whistle code.
Yes.
So Captain's like, oh shit!
Yep. Like, I think at some point, if I were to want to, review comedy writing for a movie, like, just kind of looking at some of the structure of just how the jokes worked in this film, and use that as a reminder for yourself. Like, of course, do you and do your own style, but like, remember, you can be pretty clever with your wordplay, and I think audience members will get it.
Well, this one has a really good combination of wordplay and physical comedy, which is, I think, what I was trying to talk about earlier.
Slapstick?
Not just slapstick, but, to a degree, yes, slapstick, actually.
It's what I was talking about in the chat earlier about the kids in the hall. Like, random tangent to kids in the hall. They all move differently.
Yeah.
And that it kind of changes the way their comedy.
Well, Well, Alex and I also often talk about this when it comes to, for instance, what makes a successful character actor on Saturday Night Live. Who is willing to be physically present on the stage in front of a live audience? Who is willing to physically move their body, sometimes in ridiculous ways? Will Ferrell, amazing at it. Right now, I think Cecily Strong, great. Kate McKinnon, always good.
Yeah.
And guest stars, who plays Kylo Ren?
Adam Driver. His first, comparing his first SNL to his second.
Yeah. Adam Driver as a guest star is an amazing guest star because he's willing to put in a really physical acting.
Same with Kit Harington.
True. So we talk about it a lot.
Nerds.
Wow.
I said it.
Well, I guess if we're ready, I'll lead us into some story changes here.
All right.
So one of the things I noticed about the film, we had all this discussion about Princess Gwendolyn. The end of the movie comes about, and it's like she dropped off the face of the planet, right?
True.
Yeah.
And everybody's having a happy ending, except arguably King Roderick, but he's evil, so screw him.
Yeah.
I think Princess Gwendolyn needed a happy ending for her, too. Maybe with a little less death threats, maybe death reminders.
Death Reminders is the title of my cover band.
I feel like this is the cover of your memoir, too.
Although, so I'm just trying to think, maybe it's just because, I think we all have a love of Angela Lansbury and we just want to see her happy before she goes over to Murder Bay or wherever the heck Murder, She Wrote took place.
Did she have a song, by the way, in this film? Did she sing it all?
I'm not sure she did.
I think so.
Fucking loss.
Wasted opportunity. That's another change I'll do. She gets a song.
Nice.
Did you know that she was original Mrs. Lovett in Sweeney Todd?
I do.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's also Mrs. Potts.
She is Mrs. Potts, which is a fun bit of cognitive dissonance. The first time you learn that fact.
Listen, she makes humans into pies and boys into teacups. It all makes sense.
Of course. So yeah, I was trying to wrap my head around how to give Princess Gwendolyn maybe a bit more action in the story, but also just really putting a bow on her storyline as well, because her and the witch did represent like a C plot. She wants love. She doesn't get love at the end of the story, and I found that kind of sad. So what I'm considering is kind of like maybe taking a note from a funny thing happened on the way to the forum here, where she discovers the maybe inherent nobility of Sir Griswold, and maybe there's some sparks there, because I have the feeling that former, at this point, King Roderick was probably like a duke or whatever is down in succession from the king, right?
Duke is next in line, yeah.
Yeah, so he was probably duke, so she is still noble, so definitely a step up for Sir Griswold, and she didn't have anything to do with whatever the heck kind of shenanigans the usurper was up to. She was just there.
And technically she did assist in revealing the true king.
She did. And heck, maybe Sir Griswold has a lovely singing voice. We don't know.
Okay, I'm going to speak up in favor of Sir Griswold. He looks like he could throw cabers, and I'm also into that. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Listen, this movie has a lot for me.
Fair enough. So what I want is a bit more of an active conclusion for Princess Gwendolyn's story. That's my thing. You guys have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I did notice how Gwendolyn sort of fell off the face of the planet. I was sitting here trying to remember what she did at the very end. Could not tell you for the life of me. I don't even know what side of everything she was standing on, if she was even there. But yeah, I agree.
Al, Ken?
Or, she discovers, you know what? I don't need love. What I just need is men in tight trousers.
Don't we all?
So she joins the Black Fox.
Yeah!
I'm sorry, I'm having a sudden feel. The sudden feel involves Captain Hawking Gwendolyn.
Yeah. OT3?
Oh, yeah.
What I'm getting Gwendolyn the witch.
I mean, she does see that magic does in fact work.
Magic solves a lot of problems, man.
First, the witch just teaches her magic, and then there is magic.
Is it the magic of love? Sorry.
Yes.
They discover that same cottage that Hawkins and the captain were at.
That's
Listen,
the power
all I think
of love.
Bon. Here's the thing.
Dun,
Gwendolyn
dun.
needs a strong hand because she's such a brat, and the captain has one. That's all I'm saying.
Hey.
Hey.
Fair.
Wow.
Tell me you're not imagining it right now.
No, because I'm imagining other things.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. Is it the cabin?
Okay.
It's the cabin, Pippin.
Listen, I'm going to talk about my thing now. I'm going to take this from Brendan.
Okay, go for it.
And what I'm saying is that Captain feels that her father wanted a boy. There is nothing saying she can't be one. I'm saying that this is clearly a trans narrative, and we should make that subtext text. And I am not sure if the change becomes her father wanted a boy and thought that he had one, until Captain is still fierce and amazing and strong, but also a girl. Or if she was assigned male at birth, or assigned female at birth, and her father wanted a son so bad, or something. I don't know. That one feels weird. The point is, Captain is trans.
Okay,
and that's why she doesn't go by Jean, she just goes by Captain.
Ooh, okay, I do like that. Here's the thing. I feel a little weird taking I hate using this fucking phrase, a strong female character, unless she's a trans girl. Then she gets to be a strong female character and queer and all that.
Yes. I'm just saying Captain is trans. That's all I've got, really, is Captain is trans.
It's just
it is now a queer love story.
It's just that if Captain transitions, if he's a trans boy, like, that's great, but it makes this fucking white gay boys again. And that's a narrative that is very popular.
But how many trans narratives?
That's a very good point, though. I mean, you're right on that. I would just like her to be a trans girl. And so it's a trans narrative, it's a strong female character, and she still gets to be called Captain.
I mean, Captain, it annoyed me at the very end when Hawkins actually did call her Jean.
Well, it's a sign that the time of, that she previously said, this is when we're gonna do this, that time has now actually arrived.
But she's still her superior officer.
Yeah, she is. Hey.
I mean, we don't know how they are in private times, I'm just saying.
Ha.
No, we don't. Hey.
Hey. And suddenly there's two of me.
Listen, I'm just saying, 12th Night is something we should all be trying to emulate.
Gadzooks. There's three of me.
Kids don't emulate 12th Night.
12th Night is
Friends
great.
don't let friends.
Have we done 12th Night?
We have not done 12th Night.
Nope.
We should do 12th Night.
We absolutely fucking should. Let's widen our
It
Shakespeare
seems like
repertoire.
that should take place somehow, like, on the 12 days of Christmas. I don't know.
Basically, we don't do enough Shakespeare.
No, 12th Night is actually in January.
January 6th.
Mm-hmm. We need to do more Shakespeare, because you know what? We don't do enough. That and Mulaney.
That's what I'm sensitive about.
An episode of the canceled Mulaney TV series.
God.
Oh, don't make me. Anyway.
We'll do a mini-app about Mulaney.
Just a non-stop quotes. But yeah, no, that's all I had.
That's a good one, man.
This is clearly a trans story.
Can I do mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. Listen, I love this movie, so clearly I wouldn't do much, but except change it completely.
Of course, that makes, yeah.
First of all, I do love below deck stories, and I believe this is one of those. However, why don't we just switch this narrative up? I want this to be the story of a plucky witch who is in the middle of quite a bit of trouble. She has her life being threatened over here. She's a nurse. She's being aged out of her position. You know, I mean, if nothing else, but here's the thing. she wants the princess to get married. So maybe she was actually trapped in this position, and she has to stay with this girl until she's married, until she has become a woman.
And she told her when she was 5, you'll marry your true love, and fuck, she's magic, and that's stuck.
And so she is in the middle of like all these political shenanigans. She's trying her best, and she's having her own personal French farce, where every time she turns around, this fucking guy is snapping his fingers and doing something else dumb. She's like, I gotta do something else. We're gonna poison this thing. The vessel with the pestle is the poison with the...
The vessel with the pestle has the pellet of the poison.
It's like the dragon. The chalice from the palace has the bruise, that's true.
So the chalice with the poison and the pestle with the flagon and oh god, guys, sorry, I'll be over here. I need to figure this out.
Yeah, that was great. And the captain, I was like, doesn't even know who this witch is. It's like, no, I've got this. She's helping us.
Well, I mean, at this moment, and that's what I love. I want this witch to be like, listen, her big goal is to come out of this alive and no longer enslaved to this royal family. In order to do that, she will use anyone and she doesn't give a good god fuck about this baby. Okay? She will use anyone and everyone to figure this out. But you know what she is? We brought up, what's it called? A funny thing happened on the way to the forum. She's that guy.
Pseudolus.
She's a pseudolus, but with magic.
Ooh.
It's granting her freedom. And then, it's just witch shenanigans. I love good witch shenanigans. We can remove some of the, specious, consent issues, still make it funny. Insert here, the previous conversation about comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's my change. I want to see witch shenanigans. Same story.
Also the name of my cover band.
I was going to say witchshenanigans.tumblr.com, but
but yeah, that's me.
Guys.
Yeah.
Kat, while you were mentioning your thing, I suddenly realized what my thing is.
Okay.
And what we need is for the captain and the witch to have a buddy cop up thing going on. Yeah? Because they hadn't met each other, but they were suddenly working together like that.
So by buddy cop, you mean they fall in love?
Yes, but both. Buddy cops who are also really that are ready to poison you.
I thought buddy cops were DTF, but okay.
No, they are DTP, down to poison.
And Kosh.
Down to Kosh.
Cat.
Yeah, I can see the witch doing that too.
Yeah, they are perfectly willing to straight up murder her unsuspecting men, and it's great.
It's true, it is great.
#same.
So, Robin Hood meets Hot Fuzz meets magic?
Yes.
And meets Dirty Pair.
Oh. To all the 2 people who get that in the listening audience, we salute you.
And I'm not one of them.
No, and the reason why I say that is because reckless destruction
Is fun.
Yeah. Also, they give no fucks.
#same.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So what changes toward the end of the movie then?
Well, she's a witch. She probably has spells other than hypnotizing a schmuck. So, blow shit up.
Oh, Al.
Yeah,
Al,
yeah.
What if she hypnotizes Captain to be the greatest swordsman in the world?
Oh my god. My heart just did a little something.
She can also hypnotize her to be great at many things.
That is,
Hot cha-cha-cha-cha.
is a consent issue, and I refuse to participate.
Well, consensually.
Oh, okay, that'd be hot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can you imagine consensual, magic? Oh my god.
Consensual Magic is the name of my anthology series that I'm editing.
Actually, real
That'd
talk,
actually be a really good one.
real talk, I would read that in a fucking heartbeat.
Well, now I gotta fucking do it.
Yes!
Thanks, Kat.
Well, Kat, now you have to write a story and submit it to...
No! Remember, it has to be 8 cents a word in order to be CIFWA qualified. As of now.
Ooh, 8 cents a word. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, man, that's going to be a lot of money, isn't it?
It is, and welcome to the problems of short fiction publications in this modern day and age.
Hey, who wants to help fund my Kickstarter
Not
for
Kickstarter,
this new
they're
journal?
fucking union busters.
My
But the
GoFundMe.
union isn't calling for
Boycott?
They're not?
They're not.
It's because there are so many, so many startups.
It was because it would hurt actual creators.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And it will make people who other employees who aren't part of the union organizing yet more fearful of joining it.
That's true. Wait, so how are we supposed to stick it to Kickstarter?
Support the unions, keep up the noise.
Okay, so how about this? Hey, everybody listening to this podcast, Kickstarter's fucking anti-union. That's bullshit.
Yeah!
Support the workers.
So yes, we'll figure out the funding stream for consensual magic.
Oh my god, I really
later.
want that now. Also, I really want that.
You consent to consensual magic?
I do consent to consensual magic. And to all my coworkers who listen to this, just stop. Just stop now. You knew what you were getting into when you started this fucking podcast.
The thing is, like, I think we know, like, a few, at least a dozen authors that would probably write something on a whim for consensual magic.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, although you should always pay your authors.
Yes.
Of course.
True. Also, I just want to take a moment to shout out all of Kat's coworkers.
God damn it.
And let them know I'm really cool, and I know all the stories. You go on.
This is fucking blackmail.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think that was all of us, right?
Yeah.
Did we include all of Alex's clones?
That's
He has
true.
many clones. He has 1, 2, 3, 4.
So many.
Sorry. No more of me.
So, how about we do a quick game? Because we've talked about this for a while now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so then I'm thinking, how about we do a paradigm shift where we change the genre?
Nice.
Okay.
All
All right.
Who goes first?
Okay.
So there's a witch, right?
yeah, there is.
Yeah.
You know what witches usually are?
Hot.
They're, yes, that's true. True. But they are also typically found in horror stories.
Oh my god, are you being me?
Yup. In before Cat.
Damn it.
And let me just actually think through how this would work. Because I didn't think that far. My thought was, how can I troll Cat?
First of
I
all,
did it.
Nah.
fuck you.
Well, this is where the witch's mind control really comes into play here, right?
Oh, yeah, because it was played for laughs. But that's actually having your free will taken from you. I mean, what was going through was he aware, even if he doesn't remember after, was he aware?
Was he
what
screaming
happened to him?
in his head as it was going on?
Yes.
I found this on the
Jesus!
Holy shit!
What?
Listening audience, Pippin's fucking robot started talking to her.
It was my watch.
That's even worse, man.
It found something about traumatic brain injury.
It knows something.
So I was just thinking, Pip, with that, like, she could have had Hubert killing people legit as Giacomo. I think maybe he still have the mistaken identity thing of, hey, the fake assassin's actually an assassin now, haha. But he didn't want to kill anyone. He's Hubert. He's nice.
Yeah, and,
He keeps waking up with blood on his hands. Where is
Yes.
this coming
Oh
from?
god, no.
There isn't a bathroom in this movie, but now there is, so he can stand in front of the mirror, shakily washing his hands, looking up in the mirror, finding scraps of blood on his face,
out damn spot.
crying.
Ha.
I'm sorry, do I watch too many of these movies? Asking for a friend.
Perhaps.
Yes.
Perhaps.
But yeah, because that's, having your free will taken from you is, by its nature, horrific.
Agreed.
Which is why sometimes it can be terrifying to live as a woman or other, person of minority person, because very often our decisions are taken away from us. And that's just life.
Dun 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 dun.
Yay. And then there's the question of how hypnotism in the real world can't make you do something you wouldn't normally do. Which is why you can't hypnotize someone and tell them to jump off a building, because people wouldn't do that. We'd go like, well, fuck you. Whereas, if you hypnotize someone and say cluck like a chicken, yeah, people cluck like chickens. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. Yo, cluck cluck, motherfuckers.
Honk, honk.
Honk!
Honk.
Honk! But yeah, so there was a question of how much was that inside of him?
The whole time.
And what would he do for the what would Jean do? What would Captain do for the Black Fox?
The stranger inside me.
Yes.
That could be the name of the story.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, also, what if, it just suddenly occurred to me, what if there's like a big confrontation scene all the way at the end where, following up on what you just said, where she says, where he's like, I can't believe you made me do all these things. And she's like, no, you don't understand. I couldn't have done it if you didn't secretly want to. And is it true? Is it gaslighting? That's the end of the movie.
No, fuck you. You hypnotized me. Oh.
I'm not that powerful. You did to yourself. You played yourself!
Congratulations. Cool. Al, were you gonna suggest something?
Yeah. So I'm going to both do a paradigm shift and make it worst.
Oh god. Uh-oh.
Wow, fine.
Double points.
Yeah. 'Cause you know what this needs to be?
No.
What?
It needs to be summer blockbuster fantasy, a movie. A hero shall rise from unexpected places. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Meh.
Like, no, Hawkins, you do have the power. And this is all about how you have to do this.
Oh god, Captain fucking steps aside and says, it's up to you now.
Yeah.
You were the only one who could have done it all along.
Yeah.
You had the power.
I could have only taken us so far.
Like, you see, E. Hawkins, you are now the true Black Fox.
We knew. That's why we picked you up, actually, from your carnival.
Like,
We've been secretly training you this whole time.
Yes.
Aha.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought part of the movie that, oh god, what if Hawkins also has that stupid birthmark? And that's where the movie's going?
Nah, this movie's so much better than that.
Yeah.
But you have that worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's because we've grown up in a land of fucking trash movies where that would be the case. With the fucking, what's it called? Monomyth, hero's journey garbage. Like, no. Hawkins is just a fucking dude. He's a clown from a circus who's just ended up in a fantastic circumstance.
Yes.
And the reason Captain likes him is because, frankly, he respects her and does what she says.
And he's just a good person, just doing his best.
He's just doing his best, and she can appreciate that.
It's also your classic Roger Rabbit. He makes me laugh.
True.
But no, the kindness of his is now, what truly makes him the king. But I don't want to be a king. I want to be the circus guy who helps the rebellion. No, you're the king now.
Truly the best king.
The one who doesn't want the throne and also hasn't been trained to it. And also probably is going to fuck it up within the first 5 minutes because he's also gotten rid of all of the major nobility because they were all corrupt. You know, that's fine. But at the same time, that means that there's no help to train him and how to be in charge. Yes, I'm sorry?
Kat, you just suggested season 8 of Game of Thrones from a certain perspective.
I know.
Okay.
Though also, it's not like anyone's trained the baby how to do it either. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do that.
Probably how they do that with many babies, like just install a regent and,
But who's going to be the regent?
Griswold.
Have they thought that through?
Griswold.
Yeah.
Did they say that?
No, but I'm betting.
Like, it's either a Griswold or the Black Fox, and would you, that a guy who...
Well, is the Black Fox, is he acknowledged as being some sort of nobility in disguise? Like certain other heroes?
I mean, someone must have figured out he was a nobility. By like, okay, who's a noble and also who never around with the Black Foxes?
That damned Scarlet Pimpernel.
Nah. Yeah, Hawkins' birthmark is actually a Scarlet Pimpernel, not a Purple Pimpernel.
Very important distinction.
Yeah. So,
As Captain discovers one night.
but yeah, so I changed the genre and made it worse.
Okay. So what I was just thinking was making this a kind of a police drama.
Ooh,
where we have Captain and Hawkins are going undercover in the mob.
Ooh.
Hawkins is the rookie. Captain is Captain.
Yeah!
So we get a lot more modern take. I don't know. Let's say it's New York because it's always New York. I can't imagine what the Los Angeles mob is like. It's probably chill and go surfing. I don't know. But yeah, just that was just the thought that came in my mind. Is just kind of playing into Pip's buddy cop suggestion. Just imagine Hawkins and Captain driving down the street, cup of coffee in each hand, or each of them has a cup of coffee. They just discuss like the job. But if it weren't for the job, maybe they'd have something. Who knows? Maybe after this gig, or maybe after this undercover
Just
stint.
one last case.
Yeah. I've been thinking about going and becoming a lawyer. Or, I don't know.
I've been thinking of opening a coffee shop. A surf shop.
I've been,
Yes.
a combination and surf, coffee, and detective agency shop.
There you go.
I'd watch it.
Same. Also, then there's, Hawkins trying desperately to give a compliment to Captain, like, I bet you look good in a swimsuit or something like that, but like actually meaning it and not trying to be skeevy. And then Captain being like, I'm sorry,
Yep.
What the fuck did you just say? And he's like, oh god. And then later we see her in a bikini.
And it's like, yep.
Yeah.
Not wrong. And it turns out that she's just like a near Olympic level swimmer, and that's what he was actually talking about. It's like, dude, you have like a 10-second lap. That's impressive. I have no idea if that's a realistic time for a lap. It just seemed
None of us were going to question
plausible
it.
in my head.
We were like, yeah, no, that sounds right.
That sounds like numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just thinking that they were infiltrating the mob because that is the closest thing I could come up with to a corrupt king.
Nice.
And of course, the Don's daughter falls in love with Hawkins because he's just so innocent and he makes her laugh.
See, I would like, if you're going to bring in LA or something like that, I feel like there should be a sort of meta gag about, like, it's not the mob that they're trying to infiltrate, but it's a studio system. So actually keep it back in the day, back when there was a studio system, and they're both undercover as actors.
I
and
like
she's
it.
she can get in there as a drama or either drama or as frankly as a chorus girl, but he suddenly finds himself able to be like a stunt guy.
Who then gets promoted to lead actor.
Yes.
That's the knighting ceremony.
Exactly. But then you get all, but the studio system was in many ways very dangerous and stuff like that. And there were weird shenanigans going on. And so Captain's in danger of being like forcibly addicted to opiates. And, Hawkins is, being pressured to do, more and more dangerous stunts and, all sorts of random bullshit. And meanwhile, somebody gets killed by the Black Dahlia. Wait, the Black Dahlia was the victim. Anyway, the Black Dahlia happens.
I like the studio system approach because then we can steer it back into comedy land because just straight up police drama is a little bit cut and dry. So yeah, they're infiltrating a studio and all of a sudden this seems like it could be its own movie.
And I'd watch it. I would absolutely watch it. Also, I think that, it's, did any of you guys watch, Hail Caesar?
No. I did watch the sailor dance and sing with
It's a little Hail Caesar. I think it could have been a better version of Hail Caesar, frankly.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I'm hitting 2 movies with 1 stone here. Not just the Court Jester. I'm also taking down Hail Caesar.
Woo!
We're all very good.
Let's transition then into what your paradigm shift would be.
My paradigm shift, I'm leaning straight into the romance, baby.
Yeah, makes sense.
Listen, there was only 1 bed. I don't, forget the movie aspect, okay? Because it's a little difficult to get to the straight up romance unless you do a Hallmark movie, which, don't get me wrong, I also love. But, I would read so much of a historical romance with Captain and Hawkins, because let's face it, a competent woman and a well-meaning gentleman who's kind of bendy, who appreciates her.
Hey.
Who appreciates her and thinks she hung the moon. Excuse you, ladies and gentlemen, that is romance gold. They work together, nothing can happen, but wait, is this gonna be fake dating? Maybe. Why not? There's just levels. And then, the princess shows up, and so, what the shit, there's a witch, there's a knight, he becomes a knight, he has to sing, he sings.
This club has everything.
A
witch.
So, I legit, I would write and or read or both a very a romance novel rewrite of this movie.
Prove it.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, how dare you? And third of all, you can't make me.
Okay, but I just told you to. And I will throw a dare on top of it.
Oh my god. Anyway, so that's my big thing. That's what I would do. I'm actually super into that as well. I'm actually a big fan. Wandering vaguely into the realm of romance novels, I would love to see a big turn towards more humorous romance and return to historical romances as well. And so if I can put both of those together, that sounds amazing.
You should be a leader in the field.
Thank you.
By writing it.
Fuck you.
Be an exemplar.
Oh my god. Will they give me $250,000 that I can then splurge by moving to New York City and buying $15 drinks? Deep cut.
I mean, not if you don't do it.
Somebody save me from this.
You can only save yourself.
By writing the fucking... I know! I'm surrounded.
Sorry, Kat.
Listen, every time I promise on this fucking podcast that I'm gonna write this thing, it never happens. I've stopped making that promise.
Listen, we're just trying to be supportive.
Are you, though?
Of you and your career.
Fuck you. Oh my god.
Also, we're jerks, so...
That's much more. That reads better. That makes sense.
It's truthful.
Yeah. That's good.
Alright. So is that all of us?
Yeah.
That is all of us.
Hey, how about that?
What a coincidence.
Oh, sorry. I didn't have anything else on top of that. Just I was checking in to see that we all contributed to the game.
It's like...
And it seems like we did, so...
Good job, us.
So, Pippin, can you take us out?
Alright. As always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostoryissacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostoryiссacred, or send us an email through contact@nostoryiссacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brendan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostoryiссacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story is Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostoryiссacred. See you next time when we talk about the anime Princess Tutu. Until then, we're No Story is Sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Pippin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Brendan.
And we're
No Story is Sacred.